Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Extinction. This action game is available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. At the time of the recording of this video, the game cost $59.99 US. Extinction is an action game featuring skill-based combat, destructible environments, and massive ogres. Known as the Ravenii, these ogres are staging a relentless assault on the human race. To save us, players will need to rescue civilians, battle countless beasts, and scale the ogres to strike them at their most vulnerable points. Extinction stars Avil, one of the last Sentinels. The Sentinels have long faded into myth as heroes who defended humanity from the Ravenii hordes. Now, the return of the Ravenii have brought Avil and his partner Xandra out of the shadows as humanity's last hope. The story of Extinction is an enjoyable tale with plenty of meat considering the game's action-heavy premise. Without spoiling too much, the game's twists and turns were unexpected. It added a pleasant touch of maturity to the game. The main dialogue is well written, but the comments that are triggered based on certain gameplay actions need a lot more variety. Since there's only a few comments for things like deaths or kills, players will often hear the same line at least twice for most levels. Extinction is a hack-and-slash action game with strong aerial mechanics. The movement system feels very tight. It has a generous skill floor that's easy enough to learn. The game also has a decent ceiling that will reward players who can master the movement system with high-speed traversals around the map. The only hitch with the game's movement system is the Ravenii themselves, as it's quite easy to get stuck in an armpit or a body part that causes an overhang like a chin. Combat is a bit of a mixed bag. The basic attack is generally useless. The Ravenii are only affected by rune strikes, and taking out jackals with rune strikes is always faster and more efficient. This turns Extinction's combat into a one-note affair. Extinction is obviously at its best when players are pit against the towering Ravenii. The general tactic for dealing with Ravenii is the same no matter what. Knock off the leg armor, cut off a leg to slowly advance, and hack off its head as soon as the rune strike meter is full. The Ravenii wear different types of armor, each with its own weak point that needs to be targeted. The early armors are easy enough. Later armors, however, require a mix of taunting Ravenii and dodging incoming blows before the armor can be destroyed, making for an exhilarating challenge. The combat may sound really boring so far, but Extinction's strength is that its sum is greater than its parts. The Extinction Meter is what ties the entire combat experience together. With every civilian death and destroyed building, the Extinction Meter ticks down. If it hits 0, it's game over. While the jackals can whittle down the occasional percent or two with the death of civilians, the Ravenii are truly terrifying. Capable of knocking off chunks of the Extinction Meter with every swing of the club or stomp of the foot, the panic battle to control multiple rampaging Ravenii while saving enough civilians to build up a full rune strike meter is one of the most exciting and tense moments Extinction has to offer. The game does offer some progression. A variety of skills are available for purchase, ranging from stat boost to new movement abilities. While a few like health, rune strike meter bonuses, and faster civilian rescues are absolutely crucial, most are quality of life enhancements. Extinction offers a campaign mode and a variety of side missions. Campaign mode is a mix of handmade levels and randomly generated missions. The handmade levels are by far more entertaining. The random levels just offer a preset main objective with bonus objectives and maps randomly generated. The difficulty of the randomly generated level is often up to chance. Bonus objectives range from trivial requirements like killing a certain number of jackals to mechanically impossible like dismembering 2 Ravenii on a map that will only spawn 1. On the other hand, the handmade levels offer 3 bonus medals with way more interesting level design like parkour-based levels. Side missions range from the daily challenge to the endless extinction mode that will test the player's endurance. These side missions aren't much different from the main randomly generated missions in practice. A high mobility game like Extinction will live and die by its controls, and Extinction does not disappoint. The controls are simple but responsive. Since basic attacks pale in comparison to rune strikes, memorizing the basic attack combos are not necessary, freeing players to focus on mastering movement skills. Targeting rune strikes will temporarily slow time and gravity, giving players time to adjust their aim or contemplate their next move. The dodge window is actually quite generous. Jackals provide plenty of time between initially telegraphing their attack and actually doing damage. The Ravenii are a little more challenging as their sheer size just makes them hard to dodge. The PC port quality is decent. Extinction handles controllers and mouse and keyboard combos very well. The game seamlessly swaps between key prompts for the last used input device. The game features bare minimum visual options but ran well on my test system. Extinction's visual design is very good. Important gameplay mechanics are immediately noticeable, usually with a splash of blue. The in-game art style is on the cartoony side, but still extremely violent. The game definitely channels a little bit of Kill Bill with all the dismemberments and decapitations. The cutscenes use traditional Western animation styles, similar to the Saturday morning cartoons many people grew up watching. The style softens the often gory nature of the cutscenes. The audio experience is solid, the soundtrack and sound effects are enjoyable. The voice acting is a little shy of a AAA title, but the actors do a pretty respectable job. Overall, Extinction features tense gameplay combined with responsive movement system. The writers have crafted an enjoyable tale, and the audiovisual presentation is excellent. It's just a shame that the game is bogged down with too many randomly generated campaign missions that result in repetitive gameplay. So I'm giving Extinction 6.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read this review, be sure to check out the link in the description or on the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more videos to watch, why don't you check out our review of Far Cry 5 here on the right. And if you're looking for another action game to play, check out our review of Assassin's Creed Origins here on the left.